Hello everyone, and welcome back to Revit Snippets. Great tips you can learn in just a few minutes.
This video is sponsored by Tagitize, the easiest way to run Tag All on multiple Revit views and sheets. Also, say goodbye to overlapping tags. Tagitize will turn this into this. Try Tagitize completely for free using the link in this video's description. Do you want to reduce the number of clashes in your Navisworks model? One good way to do that is by grouping the clashes by the nearest room. This way, you can focus on resolving problems in the most critical areas of the building first before moving on to the others. My model here only has 2 clash tests, but already too many clashes. Let me show you right now how to reduce these two numbers significantly. First things first, we need to make sure there are rooms in this Navisworks file. Otherwise, there would be nothing to group the clashes by. In my case, this model was exported from Revit, so I need to make sure that during the export process, the rooms also make their way into Navisworks. It's actually pretty easy. When I go to the View tab and then choose to export to NWC, I just have to remember to click on Navisworks Settings down here. Next, in the Settings window, make sure that I have Export Room Geometry selected. Without this, the rooms will not be exported along with other model elements, so make sure you have this enabled. Then just proceed with the rest of your export procedure. After the export, in Navisworks, just confirm that you have the rooms in here. I can do that by going to the selection tree, expanding any of the levels, and verifying that I have the rooms category for that level. It's here now, so I'm ready to start grouping clashes by room. Now, that's actually not a very simple thing to do, so I need a bit of help from this very useful Navisworks plugin called RV Clashbox. If you haven't installed it yet, just follow the link in this video description to try it completely for free. For me, I have it now available on the ribbon, so let's click the section box by room button first. This is a good way for us to verify that the plugin can see all the rooms in our model. That seems to be the case here because I see now the full list of rooms showing the same items I saw earlier in the selection tree. If anything, it's even easier to check them here because I can sort them by level, room number, or room name. Even better, I can clip the active view with the section box to investigate what's inside each of these rooms. Depending on my selection in this table, I can either see one room at a time like this, or several rooms at once like this. As you can see, the plugin can fully distinguish between our rooms here, so we're good to go to the next step. Let's reset the view before moving on. To start grouping clashes by room, let's just run this command here. The button name is pretty relevant, don't you think? At first, this simply shows us the same clash tests from Navisworks with some key properties, so we can distinguish them easily and quickly see which one we want to group clashes for. To begin clash grouping, we need to decide here if we only want to group them by room or also by a pre-grouping metric. For example, if I select level here as the pre-group method, the plugin will first group clashes by that property, and then in each group, it'll subgroup the clashes one more time by the nearest room. Let's give it a go. For the first test here, called floors versus columns, I will pre-group the clashes by level first, and then by the nearest room. As you can see, the command has finished super quickly, which is great. I can see immediately that the number of clashes in this test has reduced from over 1000 previously to now just over 100. That's a 10 times reduction in just a second. We can now inspect the new clash groups that have been generated. Each one is named after the level and then the room that contains its subclashes. This is because we selected level as the pre-grouping metric. If we don't do pre-grouping, the number of clash groups will be even lower. Actually, let me try that on this second clash test called floors versus walls. I will now select it in the table, leave the option for pre-group clashes as none, and then click on group clashes by room. Just as before, it finished very quickly, and I can see the new number of clashes is only 32. It used to be 260 something, so once again, we have improved the situation tremendously. On inspecting the result here, I can see that this time the clash groups are named only after the room name, which is perfect. So far, so good. Anyway, I think we can all agree that the way Navisworks presents clash results makes it pretty hard to see the clashing elements. It often looks like a massive, entangled spiderweb, especially on a big project like this. Well, the good news is we can also use RV Clashbox to generate a section box for each of these clash groups. To do that, I can just go up here, click on the first button, select both clashes, and click on Generate Views. Obviously, the generation process can take a bit longer if the model is really big. In my case, however, it was pretty fast. As you can see, the plugin has generated 2 new folders under the Saved Viewpoints panel. Each folder contains views created for each of my 2 clash tests. If I flip through a few of these views now, I can clearly see the clashing elements in each room have been highlighted. All background elements have been made transparent to help us see the clashing items even more clearly. To me, it's really handy to have this feature. It means I can generate a bunch of these views before having a model coordination meeting. In the meeting, they help the whole team quickly see the rooms most important to the project at the moment and focus on resolving clashes in these crucial areas first. Also, I can further tweak the graphics of these views if necessary. For example, the background elements are currently too transparent for my taste. I want to make those slightly more opaque. Easy peasy. We just need to reopen RV Clashbox, switch to the View Settings tab, and use the slider here to reduce the level of transparency from 75 to 25%. I can now click on Generate Views again to recreate the viewpoints using these new settings. And voila! This is much closer to my standards. If you want to try RV Clashbox completely for free, simply follow the link in this video's description. Before you go, check out our sponsor, Taggetize. Save all your tagging styles in one place and tag one or several views or sheets at once. Also, say goodbye to overlapping tags. Simply review generated tags and make any final tweaks with the handy Tag Audit commands. Try Taggetize completely for free using the link in this video's description.
If you like this lesson and want more like this every single week, make sure to subscribe to this channel now. For now, have a good day and I'll see you in the next tutorial.